let's talk about fairness. What does it actually mean to be treated fairly? It feels like a simple question, but in the UK, the official answer is a really big deal. It's a law called the Equality Act 2010. Now, it's a huge piece of legislation, but we're going to break it down into a simple, clear guide. Let's get right into it. So let's just start with that basic question. We all have this kind of gut feeling, right? We know what feels fair and what really, really doesn't. But how do you take that feeling and turn it into a set of actual rules that an entire country can follow and understand? Well, like I said, in the UK, that's exactly what the Equality Act 2010 tries to do. Honestly, you can just think of it as the nation's official rulebook for fairness. It's what defines what fairness looks like and, crucially, how we protect it. And here's the great part. This huge, complex law is built on two really simple but powerful ideas. That's all you need to remember. First, who is protected by the law? And second, what exactly are they protected from? If you can get your head around those two things, you've basically understood the entire act. Okay, so let's tackle part one. Who is protected? Now, the law doesn't just vaguely say everyone. It gets very, very specific. It lists out particular groups, and the official term for these is protected characteristics. And how many are there? There are 9, exactly 9 of them. The Act singles out 9 specific aspects of a person's identity that can never be used as a reason to treat them unfairly. So, let's run through what they are. First up is age. This one's pretty straightforward, right? It means you can't be treated unfairly whether you're 18 or 80. It protects people across their entire lives. Second, we have disability. Now, this protection covers a really wide range of conditions. It could be a physical impairment, like needing to use a wheelchair, or a mental health condition. Third on the list is gender reassignment. This is about protecting transgender people. It covers anyone who has transitioned, is currently in the process of transitioning, or is even just proposing to do so. Number 4 is marriage and civil partnership. This one is a bit more specific. The protection applies mainly in the workplace, and it just means you can't be treated unfairly simply because you're married or in a civil partnership. At number 5, we have pregnancy and maternity. This is all about offering specific protections for women while they're pregnant and for a period after childbirth, making sure they're not put at a disadvantage. Number 6 is race. What's really interesting here is how broadly the Act defines this. It doesn't just mean skin color. It also includes your nationality and your ethnic or national origins. 7th is religion or belief. This, of course, covers people of all faiths, but, and this is crucial, it also protects people who have no religious belief at all, like atheists or agnostics. It's a two-way street. Okay, number 8 is sex. This one's simple. It's unlawful to discriminate against someone just because they are a man or a woman. And finally, we have number 9, sexual orientation. This protects you from discrimination whether you are gay, lesbian, bisexual, or heterosexual. It's all about who you are attracted to. Okay, so that's the who. We have our 9 groups. But knowing who is protected is only half the story, right? So let's move on to the second super important part. What exactly are these 9 groups protected from? Well, the Act lays out 4 main types of unfair treatment. The first one is the one we all think of, and it's called direct discrimination. This is when someone is treated worse than somebody else, plain and simple, because they're part of one of those 9 groups. It's a clear, targeted, you are being treated differently kind of action. Next up is indirect discrimination, and this one is a bit more subtle. Imagine a company has a policy or a rule that applies to absolutely everyone in the exact same way. But in practice, it ends up having a worse effect on people who share one of those protected characteristics. That's indirect discrimination. So the difference between them is absolutely crucial. Direct discrimination is a targeted action. Indirect discrimination is a general rule that ends up having an unfair result for a particular group, even if that wasn't the goal. It's all about the impact, not just the intent. The third type is harassment. This is any unwanted behavior that's linked to one of those protected characteristics. The key thing here is the effect of that behavior. Did it violate someone's dignity? Did it create an environment that felt intimidating, hostile, degrading, or humiliating? That's the test. And finally, there's victimization. And honestly, this one is brilliant because it shows how the Act protects people who dare to speak up. It makes it illegal to treat someone badly because they complained about discrimination or even because they just supported someone else who did. It protects the very act of trying to get fairness. So let's bring it all together now. The Equality Act works by connecting a who, one of those 9 protected characteristics with a what from, one of the 4 types of unfair treatment. That's the basic formula. So, why does all of this matter so much? Well, the whole point, the ultimate goal, is to create a society where, just like this slide says, everyone has equal access to services, work, and opportunities. This entire legal framework is designed to give every single person an equal shot, no matter what their background or identity is. And it is so important to remember this is not just some abstract legal theory sitting in a dusty book. It's a practical, everyday tool. It gives people the language in the framework to call out unfairness, to challenge it, and to actively help build a better, more equitable society for all of us. So I'll leave you with this question. Now that you have this framework, the 9 protected groups and the 4 types of unfairness, start looking for it. Where do you see it playing out in the world around you? At your job, in the news, in your own community? It's a really powerful lens for understanding how our society works. Thanks for tuning in.